Welcome back. You watch your Morning Live. Thank you for choosing to stay with us now. South African audiences will be treated to the world premiere of the magnificent large-scale ballet when a new production titled A Spartacus of Africa opens at the Joburg Theatre on the 4th of June. It is the brainchild of South Africa's acclaimed choreographer Veronica Paeper, who has cast the lead roles with 3 international dancers in Michaela Griffin and Andile Ndlovu. You've seen them. They're beautiful. The pair joins us here in studio to talk about the production. Gentlemen, lady, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start with you, Michaela. Just for a lot of people this morning, a lot of our viewers, they're going to be introduced to Spartacus of Africa for the very first time. What is it about?
It's basically the story of Spartacus, which is quite famous, but Veronica's turned it into a very patriotic African ballet, which is amazing for South Africa especially.
Andile, we need to, when Michaela talks about patriotic, and I can only imagine Spartacus has always been this very strong, very big, bold, heroic character. How do you translate that into dance?
It's not very hard being a Zulu man. Yeah, I've been away for a while, and you know, you always have the back picture of how things at home are going, you know, and how you can change, how you can help. And it's those kind of things where even I myself, in a little bit, like I feel that I need to help in that way, or come back and give back to my country in that way, like Spartacus. Or I just like the way that the story is so captivating, and just that character alone is so strong and strengthening. And in South Africa, I feel we need a hero, you know. And if you put it in those words, they'll put it in that way. Yeah.
What's the message here? Because Andile is talking about a hero. He's talking about this is such a great message for South Africa, but we know that every person that buys a ticket, that sits down, is going to experience something. What is that core message you want people to walk away with?
I think the main thing that they were aiming for was freedom. So the freedom of a man and of the slaves around him, and that's basically what happens in the story, is the freedom of him and his wife and everything that he loves. Yeah.
Many can argue that Veronica Paeper is a visionary, and that you have to be able to, I can only imagine that when you're working with somebody that's that creative and has got a vision for this production, that when she calls and gets the kind of artists that and kind of dancers she's working with, that they in many ways have to be able to interpret that vision. Talk to me about that role, the chemistry between that vision and your performances.
Well, you know, it's very, very uplifting to be part of this, where Veronica has had this vision, and without even question, I became part of this vision immediately, because I knew what it meant. I knew what it meant for the new South Africa, for the new dance in South Africa, and for all of us to come together, whether it's contemporary and ballet. That puts us, it connects us all, where we're not separated, and to be all together on stage, that makes us all come together and not really think different of the other, and it makes our performances and the collaboration between me and Michaela, we dance together, and that makes it much more, it makes much more of a statement, and that's what I like about it.
You, Michaela?
She's very particular about what she wants and what, you know, she has envisioned, so it's quite easy for us to adapt to that, because she tells us exactly what she wants, and so we can do it immediately. So that's a good thing with working with her, you know.
There's a clear direction.
Exactly.
We're also going to be introducing, maybe not introducing, but experiencing an orchestra as part, bringing these two worlds together. From a dancer's perspective, I mean, is that business as usual for you, or does it add a new experience?
It is quite common for ballet companies especially to dance with orchestras, but at the same time sometimes you don't, and it makes the world of difference, you know, for the dancer to feel the music, and especially when it's live.
What's the biggest challenge, Andile, playing the role of Spartacus?
Being Spartacus. The character in it. it's telling the story, which I think is the hardest part. Telling the story and making it very realistic and not trying to force emotion and just let nature take over, you know? Let your feelings, the way genuine feelings, how you would control them or how they would happen. I take it that way, and I feel that's the most challenging thing, because it's you don't know. I don't know how. Let's say I don't know how to love, or I don't know how to lose somebody. I've never lost somebody like that before. So you know, those kind of things where you just have to let it go naturally and have somebody else help you out with the character as well, and that way it will just come out of you. And
I mean, I can ask you the same question. What is one of the most challenging aspects of being part of this performance? We've got, I think you've said, close to 90 dancers.
Yeah. So in the professional dancers, there are about 30 or 40 of us. So we've been working closely together for the last 3 months. It started, and we are being joined by some students and some other dancers in Joburg and Cape Town. So today will be a good day for everyone to come together when we go back to rehearsals and to feel each other's vibes and start to get that patriotic feeling, you know, on stage.
Do you kind of deal with the same issues as Andile was saying, is connecting with that emotions of loss, and do you, as a dancer, do you have to find that? Because often we think of a performance piece as it's been rehearsed, it's been rehearsed, it's been rehearsed, it's been rehearsed, but I can only imagine that every time you go in front of a new audience, it's a different experience.
Yeah, you get lost, I think. Well, I do. I think Andile does too. You get lost in the role and you forget about everyone that's around you, and it comes quite naturally.
Andile, quickly, details. People want to watch it. Where can they go?
It's at the Johannesburg Mandela. No, now it's Joburg Theatre, right? It's now the Joburg Theatre at 7:30 during the week, from Wednesday or from Thursday.
The 4th to the 14th.
From the 4th to the 14th, every Thursday to Sunday. 7:30, and we have 2:30 shows on Saturday.
So there's no excuses, you can watch it. Okay,
yes.
As we wanted to establish. There's family, friends, go and watch it out. It's ballet dancers Andile Ndlovu and Michaela Griffin talking to us about A Spartacus of Africa. It's a ballet featuring the music, and it will be, of course, at the Joburg Theatre from June the 4th. You can Google for more details and all the price tickets there. I think our performances are ready. Let's go back to our entertainment area.